everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of the Detroit Lions franchise. We'll get right into it. And first off, I wanted to start off with upgrades. After a good week of training and last week's game, we had a whole bunch of players who needed upgrades. And the first one was Romeo Okwara. We wanted him to be more of a presence in the run game, so we went straight into run stopper. Then it was Matthew Stafford, and these points are crucial. And I was absolutely ecstatic to see that he goes up 2 points. I think that was the awareness there. The awareness does matter a lot when it comes to overall for a player. But Matthew Stafford is getting that point where he regressed last year. He'll certainly regress at the end of this year. So these points that we put in are absolutely crucial to keeping him at top form. And when you go up 2 overalls, it definitely is quite the surprise. Next up was Rodney Foreman as we continue to try working on his route running. Surprisingly, with what he's been capable of doing with us, his deep route running is his lowest. So we did go deep threat there. After that, we have Jeff Okudah. Just recently, we took Jeff Okudah and we decided to put him on number 2 receivers. I thought that Desmond Trufant was more prepared, was better equipped at this point with his experience, with his skill to be dealing with number ones. I think though Okudah is going to get less looks in the passing game for sure, I think he'll have more of an opportunity to make plays. Though he has looked good at some points, he's also looked extremely bad in certain other areas. The next one was Amani, big lengthy corner. We're starting to give him more playing time after the disappointment of Justin Coleman's season so far, where I just feel that he's either been very good or very bad, but mostly to the point where, it feels like every time someone throws in his direction, they're wide open. So we decided to make the change. Amani had a great debut last week, but the thing is, with long, lengthy corners like that, I would love to develop him to the point where he can be a permanent number 2 or number 3. I think with length like that, you have the opportunity to make a lot of plays. And of course, last one was rookie defensive tackle Donovan Crawford, who I believe just got the +3 power moves for pass rushing. Already a very good run stopper. He's made plays earlier in the season. Doesn't get a lot of playing time, but that's just because we have 2 great guys in Deshaun Hand and Danny Shelton. But he's definitely a project player that we're looking forward to in the future. And as we're going into the Vikings here, we have to remember that we did lose to them in our first meeting. So currently they are 1-7, and their one win happens to be against us. A lot of notable big players that this offense is still not rolling since they've lost since their win against us is that offense with the amount of weapons that they have. I mean, Dalvin Cook, Kyle Rudolph, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, and free agent signee Cole Beasley. I mean, this is an offense that should be firing on all cylinders, and they have yet to do that. We're hoping to be able to come out with a win here as we're in a tough to tie with 3 teams at 5-3 in the division between us, the Bears, and the Green Bay Packers. Now, of course, let's get into the game here. Matt Prater, it's tradition. He's going to get a touchback on the first kickoff. And here are the stats for Kirk Cousins as he's encroaching the 1,600 mark for yards. 9 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. So as you can see, this offense just in general does not seem to be moving the ball, especially in the air. But Dalvin Cook and this offense are still going to be a big problem for us. And they were able to expose us the first time. So it'll be interesting to see what their game plan is. As in the first play here, Kirk Cousins on the play action is going to dump it off to Cole Beasley, who had a monster performance against us in our first meeting. We definitely want to try and limit him the second time that we play. Now, 2nd and 1, Dalvin Cook is going to get his first handoff of the game, and he's going to be taken down by Jamie Collins. But not before he gets a 3-yard gain and, of course, the first down. 1st and 10 on the 36. Kirk Cousins is once again going to hand it off here, and he's going to be tackled down by a group of guys, Jamie Collins and Danny Shelton. 2nd and 5 here on the 42. He's going to hand it off for the 3rd time today, and now Dalvin Cook makes a man miss, and he is taking it to the house. I believe that's only the 3rd or 4th play of this drive, and he gets a home run hitter right there. And unfortunately, I think this is actually one of the first times the Detroit Lions defense has let up a touchdown on their first drive, which is quite interesting. That's going to come up against the Vikings, who have given us quite a bit of issues in the first morning. We're hoping that just does not get repeated here this week, but Matthew Stafford is going to get the opportunity to right the ship here, and hopefully we can go out and tie them. So now Matthew Stafford on the first play is going to hand it off. Pitch it off to Kerryon Johnson to the left. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to get a first down on our first play on offense. And Kerryon Johnson has just been so impressive as we continue to try and get the ball in his hands more and more, because he has just been phenomenal for us so far this year. And just in general, if we can get this duo between Kerryon and Swift going, the more they get more carries that they both get, it just seems the more plays that we make. And as we're going to hand it off to Kerryon Johnson there on first down, but second play of the drive. So now 2nd down and 6. We have trips off to the right. We are going to hand it off to Swift, who clocks in for the first time here today. He's going to gain 3. This is going to put us in a 3rd and 4th on our first drive. A little unfortunate here, but Matthew Stafford in the shotgun with Swift to his right. He's going to snap the ball and drop back looking for an open receiver, and he's going to have Breshad Perriman, who's going to fall down right after the catch. Jeff Gladney, I believe that's a second-year cornerback now on coverage. But when you have a guy like Breshad Perriman running a drag route with the amount of speed that he has, it is definitely hard to keep up with him. Kerryon Johnson is going to carry on first down there. It's going to be a gain of only 3. So back in the shotgun we go with Swift off to the left. Looking around now, he's going to roll out a little bit, and Matthew Stafford is going to end up running it here, and he's going to have a big gain of 25, and I'm just happy he gets out of bounds before Harrison Smith gets the opportunity to put a lick on him. That would be extremely unfortunate. And after that big gain, this offense is going to continue moving the ball downfield, handing the ball off to Swift here in the inside zone. He's going to pick up about 5-6 yards of physical running right there. Definitely an impressive play. And on 2nd and 4 down the 25, just about right down the middle of the hashes, Matthew Stafford is going to snap it, looking for an open receiver once again, and this time it's going to be Sammy Watkins with Anthony Harris in coverage there, the safety for the Vikings, able to take him down before he gets any extra yards. And now Matthew Stafford's going to go play action. Kerryon Johnson looking around. We're going to the end zone here for a jump ball for T.J. Hawkinson. And it is Anthony Barr who comes down with it. He is just a Swiss Army knife. Anthony Barr can do it absolute everything. Whether it be pass rushing, coverage, or run stopping, with his athletic ability, he's able to make plays all over the field. Now the Vikings back on offense, we just saw 4 carries for 72 yards. Of course, that is skewed by the big run on the first drive there, but definitely already an impressive stat sheet so far. Now throwing it to Dalvin Cook wide open in the little hook route there. He's going to expose the zone. Great play for Kirk Cousins. And back in the shotgun here, and just like that, they're going to get a first down, and this offense just seems to be grooving on us once again. Now finding, I believe that is Cole Beasley once again with Desmond Trufant in coverage this time. He's going to find the open field in the middle, and this is where they exposed us the first meeting. It was the middle of the field. It just felt like we could not cover them in that area. So if this defense hopes to perform better, we're going to have to do a much better job in that facet, as I really thought Desmond Trufant was about to get another interception there, but it looks like Adam Thielen just absolutely rips it out of his hands, wrestles it out. He makes a big catch there. That was a risky throw, as Desmond just looked like he was ready to jump that route. On the next play there, Dalvin Cook's going to get a short run of about 3 yards with only 15 seconds left in the first quarter. This is very likely going to be the last play. He's going to hand it off to Dalvin Cook, who breaks a tackle, but it's going to be Malik Hooker who takes him down before the first down marker. And it's going to be a 3rd and 2 on the 22. And of course, we are now in the second quarter. Kirk Cousins in the shotgun is once again going to hand it off to Dalvin, but this time Jelani Tavai and Deshaun Hand, who plugged the initial gap. Tavai really just there to clean up the job, is able to take him down and force a field goal. Now down 10 with 9 minutes left in the second. This offense needs to get something going. We do not want to fall behind to this offense. So now Kerryon Johnson on the run, trying to make Anthony Harris miss, but he does a great job of open field tackling. But a first down nonetheless, and Kerryon Johnson already 4 carries for 28 yards. He is looking pretty darn good so far. We want to keep handing him the ball, and that's exactly what we do on the very next play. Breaks a tackle, and it's going to be Harrison Smith who takes him down after a gain of about 9, maybe 9.5 yards, as we are now 2nd in inches. And just like that, we have an opportunity to make a big play here. Going play action, trying to test them deep, but we're just going to dump it off to T.J. Hawkinson, who comes back out to the outside. And we're going to get a pretty decent gain from that as well. We're definitely happy with that. Matthew Stafford now in the shotgun. Swift clocks back in to the right, looking around. And he's just going to end up dumping this one off for Breshad Perriman, but Harrison Smith not too far behind to corral him and take him down. It's going to be a 2nd and 8 on the 41-yard line. We are going to hand it off to Kerryon Johnson, who tries to get to the outside to the left, and he is unable to, as the defensive tackle for the Vikings does end up taking him down. So a 3rd and 5 already, and we're hoping that this is not the end of our drive, as we find Breshad Perriman once again. And I thought it was a possibility he can get to the outside there and hopefully turn up field, but he will be taken down by an onslaught of Vikings defenders. But we do get the first down, and this continues our hopes of putting up a touchdown here as we try to make this game closer. But Genard Avery makes a big tackle behind the line of scrimmage on Kerryon Johnson. If you guys remember, he did have 3 sacks in our first meeting with them. He was absolutely a monster coming off the edge here, as now we're going to dump this one off to David Njoku, newest addition to the team, who's going to get the first down on the 2nd and 11. He's going to pick up about 12, and this once again keeps our drive going. So even though we are getting, stuck into situations that we prefer not to be, we are making up for it as we try to get it to TJ Hawkinson quickly, but Anthony Harris is going to be able to cut it off there and knock it to the ground. 2nd and 10, Swift off to the right. We are going to hand it off to him, but not too much to be gained there as Anthony Barr forced us back into the middle and back into the hands of Eric Kendricks, who's able to stop us before we can get the first down or the touchdown. On the very next play, we are going to run it with Kerryon Johnson, but it looks as if we are short 1 yard, 2 yards on a 4th and 2, but we are deciding to keep the offense out. We are risking it for the biscuit. And DeAndre Swift, physical run with Danielle Hunter and Eric Kendricks all over him. He is able to get into the end zone. And just like that, it is now 10-7 with about 3 minutes left in the half. Now throwing outside, and Justin Jefferson is unable to Kirk Cousins is unable to keep the ball in bounds. Doesn't even give Justin Jefferson a chance to make a play. But it is notable that Desmond Trufant was with them step by step. And there's the middle right there. They keep attacking the middle. We've been better in recent weeks, but when a team commits to it, they're going to design plays to get their guys open up the middle. And this time it's going to be Kyle Rudolph, who's wide open. On the next play, they're going to hand it off to Dalvin Cook, who seems to get a little bit too close to his offensive lineman, and he's going to be taken down eventually by his own guy. It's too bad. It's a little mix up there. They had some green yards ahead of them. So now in the next play, they're going to give Dalvin Cook another chance to go ahead and make a play. He might have felt robbed on the run just before, so the offensive coordinator saying, here, go get yourself another chance, and they get him to the pass there on a little Texas route. Now, stepping into the pocket, Kirk Cousins is going to throw it off to Dalvin Cook once again, but this time Romeo Okwara is on the scene, and he's going to take him down before a gain of anything. And I believe it was actually a loss of 3. So 2nd and 13, Kirk Cousins rolling out, and it's Romeo Okwara who gets in his face and forces the incompletion, and it is now 3rd and long. With only a minute left in the half, what will the Vikings offense do? They dump it short here to Cole Beasley, but it is Amani who's able to tackle him, make contact as soon as the ball touches his hands, and it is enough to jar the ball out. And this offense is going to come back out here. Looking around, Matthew Stafford is going to throw it in the middle for Sammy Watkins, who's able to break a tackle, but he was going to be held up just enough for Jeff Gladney to go ahead and make the tackle. But a first down, and it's 1st and 10 with about 27 seconds left. Matthew Stafford is seemingly taking a lot of time here. I just wonder what he's doing. Matthew Stafford is still yet to snap it. He does finally fake it, but he's doing an audible here, and I'm not sure how I feel about this. He's going to dump it off to Breshad Perriman, who decides to stay in bounds. Breshad Perriman just seems to lose sense of what the situation is, and that will be the last play of the half. If he would have gone out of bounds with the timeouts that we had, we might have been comfortable to at least end the drive with a field goal. But Matthew Stafford taking forever to snap the ball, and Breshad Perriman seemingly forgetting the situation that we're in, is going to keep the ball in bounds, and just like that, that's the end of the half. So going into the second half there, we saw Jamal Agnew trying to make a good return. He is unable to, so we're only at the 22 here as we hand it off to Kerryon Johnson. It's Eric Kendricks behind the line who's able to slow him down just enough until the rest of the defense can come in and join to finish off the play. And we are still down 3 going into this half. Now looking around, we're going to throw this one off to Rodney Foreman, who's going to catch it there as we throw it under of Anthony Barr. He's able to cut him off, and he's going to get the big first down, but that is only his first reception of the day. So he had a big game last week, but only had three receptions, but they were 3 massive ones as we handed off to DeAndre Swift, who's going to be taken down by the star safety duo of Harrison Smith and Anthony Harris. Big game nonetheless. We are happy that we are moving the ball. Going into a under center formation, we're going to hand this one off to Kerryon Johnson. Breaks Anthony Harris's tackle before he meets the rest of this defense. That's Harrison Smith And Harrison Smith has been absolutely phenomenal in the open field here so far today, making a couple crucial tackles that are just not allowing us to get to that second level. Now Stafford is going to throw it to Rodney Foreman on the drag once again. Eric Kendricks is going to corral him and take him down before he's able to get upfield for extra yards. So it's 2nd and 5 with 7 minutes left in the third. On the 33-yard line on the right hash, Matthew Stafford is letting the clock run out just a little bit. Play action. Swift does a great job getting to the Eric Kendricks, and we are going to find Breshad Perriman down the field. And it's been a while since we've seen a big play by this man, who was seemingly going to be what felt like our number one receiver throughout the first 3 weeks of the season. But he's gone quiet recently, but it's nice to see him back in the end zone, making a big play, able to create separation with his speed. Now, up 14-10, the Vikings offense will come back out, and it's going to be a run to Dalvin Cook, and we've done a great job against him so far ever since the big run. We're definitely happy with the change this defense has made. Now, Kirk Cousins on 2nd and 10 is going to throw it to the sideline, and that is Adam Thielen, and they're going to mark that catch in bounds. Now, that is a tight decision, and I believe we don't end up challenging it with the situation going in only in the third. We don't want to risk another time. We don't want to risk losing a timeout with, how our games have been against them in the past. And a missed tackle there, and Johnson is going to take it upfield. Wow, we could have stopped him for a first down. You can see Eric Kendricks helping up Desmond Trufant. That's good sportsmanship. We definitely appreciate that. I think he might have just been colorblind and went for the wrong guy, but it's hard to say. So now on the run on the next down, Dalvin Cook gets to the outside, and it's going to be Malik Hooker or nobody. And Malik Hooker is able to take him down before the touchdown, but that is a 31-yard run, and that is the second big run of the game. Other than that, we've done a great job against him, but just like many other weeks, we just struggle. We do a great job, I guess you can say almost 99% of the game, but then there's always that 1% that's always a home run hitter. But Dalvin Cook has 2 of them this week. Now, Christian Jones is going to take him down on the stretch there, so it's going to be a loss of 1. So 2nd and 11 on the 16-yard line. Left hash, Dalvin Cook to the right. That's going to be shotgun here, dropping back, and he's going to dump this one off to Cole Beasley. A good block by Justin Jefferson, and that is enough. Once he stretches the ball, that is enough for a first down, and they're going to be on the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. Now, it's for sure that we can expect a run, but they actually end up passing it here, and Kyle Rudolph, wide open, is just going to skedaddle his way into the end zone, and not just like that, it's going to be a 17-14 lead as the Vikings take it back. Now, coming back out here, Matthew Stafford wants to respond. We're coming off a good drive with a big play, handing it off to DeAndre Swift, who's able to evade the first lineman, but won't get much further. Notable injury here is Danielle Hunter does go down, and an injury for us that I didn't even see, but Duke Riley, who tears his labrum, is going to be out for the remainder of this game and probably for the next couple games. I believe that is a 4 to 5 game injury with how Madden works, so that is too bad. That is good depth. He is an athletic linebacker. We like him a lot. Doesn't get a lot of playing time, but he's just good to have in the depth chart. And unfortunately, we might have to find a replacement there if we ever get into more injury trouble. We're able to find Sammy Watkins on the drive on the drag route right there for the first down to keep this drive alive. So 1st and 10 here. We do hand it off to Kerryon Johnson, who takes this one right up the middle, and he is able to kind of carry Eric Kendricks to make sure that he gets the first down. 11 rushes for 65 yards so far today. He's looking phenomenal. 1st and 10. We are continuing to go under center here. A possible run here. And we are going to audible it. What will Matthew Stafford decide to do? He is going to hand it off to Kerryon Johnson, who's able to shrug off the blocker who was chasing after Anthony Barr, and that's going to be another gain of 5. I think he was currently averaging 5.9 yards per carry. That is definitely more than enough when you talk about a running back. Now looking around, hitting the corner route, and it's Rodney Foreman, who's able to keep his feet in bounds. That's a gain of 21. You just love that, having a guy like Matthew Stafford with a strong arm. Even when the angles get a little tight, you have a feeling that he's going to be able to make it. Now, looking around, Matthew Stafford can't find anything open. He's going to roll out and throw this one over the head of Sammy Watkins. He does throw it away. So far, 13 for 17 with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Pack under center on 2nd and 10. We're going to throw this ball here to Rodney Foreman. A good block by Sammy Watkins. And that is going to be enough to get the first down here as we're able to get Hughes out of the way. And just like that, Matthew Stafford has eclipsed the 2,000 marker. Now, handing it off to DeAndre Swift on the next play. That's going to be a gain of about 5 or 6, 7 rushes for 39 yards so far, but he does have the touchdown. Now we're going to dump this one off to Brashad Perriman, and Anthony Barr is able to get there, but I believe Jernard Avery helped him advance to get closer to that first down marker. Now, not a friendly mark by the referees, but we are going to get the first down in the very next play, and Harrison Smith puts a lick on DeAndre Swift. 1st and 10, though, on the 11-yard mark. We're going to be rolling out here as we dump it off to David Njoku, who makes a man miss, and he's going to get his very first touchdowns as a Detroit Lion. Welcome to the team, David. We're very happy to have you. And just like that, we take the lead 21-17. So now up 4. And now this offense is coming back out on the 25, finding Cole Beasley on the corner route. Jeff Okudah is able to finally take him down, but that is going to be a big gain. And so far, I believe he's got 4 receptions for 59 yards. So he's definitely been having another decent day for himself against our defense. Kirk Cousins is going to snap it now, and it's going to be Malik Hooker flying high to get the interception there. We absolutely love that. Malik Hooker makes a great read. He's going to get under the post route, and he's just going to jump up and go and get that. Kerryon Johnson back on offense, going to be taken down by Anthony Barr after only a gain of about 1. And we want to keep this score going. If we can get this game to a more comfortable area, we'll be happy, as Kerryon Johnson's going to pick up about 8 to set us up for a 3rd and 1. Now, this is definitely something that we need to convert on. So we're going in a twin back set. Both running backs are currently out here. And unfortunately, we go for 2, but I believe that was Tyrell Crosby, who is going to jump on the snap, and our 3rd and 1 becomes a 3rd and 6. Definitely not the situation that we were looking for. So we're going for a screen pass here, and sacked by Michael Pierce, the star defensive tackle for this team. And just like that, our drive ends after a pretty decent start, and this offense gets a chance to come back out after the interception. Now he's going to dump it off here to Dalvin Cook. Checkdowns. You can never go wrong with a couple checkdowns during the game, and that's going to pick up 5 yards to make a comfortable 2nd and 5. Now only 6 minutes left in the 4th. They need to make a play somewhere, and Jeff Okudah is going to be tested by Adam Thielen. He does end up catching the ball, but this ball was led outside, and we're seeing that a lot in this game, that when teams do throw deep, that it feels like quite often it ends up getting out of bounds. And great coverage there by Malik Hooker on 3rd and 5, and they're going to be forced to punt. But I'm trying to wonder why the ball is so often led out of bounds, and I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to fix it, because it happens quite often. So we'll have to do some more research on that. I'll have to look that up. Maybe there's something on Reddit or on one of the gaming community's websites that might lead to an answer as to why this ball is so often thrown out of bounds. But I mean, it makes sense. It happens quite a bit in the NFL as well. So I'm not complaining, but it just feels like it happens a little too much. As Kerryon Johnson, open field to the left, and Anthony Harris makes a great open field tackle. Kerryon Johnson so far 16 carries for 97 yards. Will he make the 100-yard marker? Now, I'm not sure if we have 100-yard rushers so far this year. This might be our very first one if he's able to get there. Not a good start, though, as he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, Swift back out in the game. He's going to be lining up to the left of Matthew Stafford here. He's going to snap the ball, dropping back, looking around, and we're going to be trying to get to, I believe that was Kerry Haynes, rookie receiver, who was coming across the field, but we're just going to miss the mark there. And this is going to be a 3rd and 10. Definitely not what we want. Dumping this one off to TJ Hawkinson, who spins around. And will we get a lucky mark? We do. It is a 1st and 10 for TJ Hawkinson. Great move there, as he's going to spin upfield right away, which allows him to get extra yards. And there is 100 yards for Kerryon Johnson. And I want to put it out there as well. He was able to absolutely run over Harrison Smith. Not many people can say that they've done that in their career. Not many people are ever probably going to be able to say that in their career, but we can add Kerryon Johnson to that list as we try to find Nick Bowden, our fullback, but he is unable to come down with it. That ball was just probably a little too high for a fullback. Not the most athletic guys on the field. They tend to much prefer to bang heads every play, as we're going to find Sammy Watkins on the quick out route there, and he's going to turn it upfield for some extra yards. 5 receptions for 56 yards so far. Back in the shotgun, first and 10. We have reached the 2-minute warning, as we're going to hand it off to Swift here, and the Vikings are going to take their first time out But I think if we can put some points up on the board, hopefully a touchdown, we can seal this game and not have anything to worry about. We're going to hand it off to Kerryon Johnson in the next play, but Danielle Hunter is able to take him down, and they're going to take their second timeout, and we would really like to put some points up on the board here. Matthew Stafford now in the shotgun. We might have no choice but to go ahead and pass the ball. Going up to Sammy Watkins. And that is a touchdown. A little drag route there, but he's able to turn it upfield, and he's able to drag a couple of defenders on his back to get into the end zone. He eventually falls into it as they're going to go Adam Thielen there on the hook route. But now 28-17. This is an 11-point lead. And barring any miracles, we might be able to come out here and get some revenge. And it's looking good so far. Now we're letting them take as much time as they want. The short passes, as long as you don't get out of bounds, as he sails this one. Miscommunication with Adam Thielen. Great coverage by Okudah. Now, 2nd and 10. Time naturally stops as the ball is thrown out of bounds. So 1 minute and 7 seconds left. Looking around, he's going to dump this one off to Justin Jefferson. But once again, stays in bounds, and Jeff Okudah tackles him before he gets any yards. We'll take that any day of the week. He's now going to throw this ball away, looking for Dalvin Cook. Nothing gets open. Great coverage there. And it's going to be a 2nd and 10 with 45 seconds left. Kirk Cousins looking around. He's going to try and hit to the outside. And another miscommunication with Adam Thielen. I'm really starting to wonder what's going on here. This is definitely a good duo when it comes to quarterback receiver, and they're not known for making mistakes, as Mitch Klein, the rookie middle linebacker, has an opportunity to get his first interception of his career, and it drops right through his hands. Wow. It just feels like that's such a linebacker thing to do, as Jeff Okudah is able to cut that ball off. He's going to intercept it, but as it sails out of bounds, that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Unless we get a fumble here and then they get a nice little onside kick, the game should be over. They do use their last timeout, which is why we run it. We wanted to force them to do that. But we're going to come out in our victory formation here, and that's going to be the end of it. But, of course, Matthew Stafford decides to go for snap the ball on 2, and that's going to back us up 5 yards. Doesn't make much of a difference, though. It's just going to be a 2nd and 14 here. But I hope we do get the knee off properly. Let's hope that no miracle happens. No fumble here, recovered for a touchdown. It doesn't. And then we're just going to let this clock run out. So let's look at the stats here. Matthew Stafford, 20 for 26. Kerryon Johnson reaches that 100-yard mark. We absolutely love that. I think that's the first one this season. If not, it would have been DeAndre Swift a little earlier in the season. But if so, we just don't get to see it much with as we run with a committee with 2 running backs. It's just not something you see too often. Now we're looking around at the receiving stats. David Njoku gets his first touchdown. No sacks this week, so no Jannard Avery big performance again, as no team allows a sack. I don't know if we were able to blitz for one. Yeah, so Michael Pierce had one, but they're not going to credit that to anybody. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I really did. I'm happy with where this series is going so far. Peace out.